Hey, what's up, guys? So we're at CAF Champions League action on it's Tuesday, né? On a Tuesday, yes, it was Mamelodi Sundowns going up against Esperance in the first leg of the quarterfinals, and Mamelodi Sundowns winning that one 1-0. What a game, these are the CAF Champions League games. When you get to the later stages, it's so chessy, it's so tactical, it's so like methodical, it's so, it's they're just trying to work out one another. And the fact that they also know one another as well, you could see it with the fights and the pushings and all that. They've seen each other before, so they're going through it again. And I felt like Miguel Cardoso read my mind in the sense that something needed to be different from the first half. First off, it felt like it was a little bit too easy for Esperance to defend. It was a little bit too easy for them to defend. They were in shape, and Sundowns were not really necessarily unlocking them a little bit too much, despite having, like, I think over 80% of the ball possession. But Esperance were okay with that. And something different needed to be added. And that's why I think Salez came in. I think everybody was surprised that Tapula Morena started, maybe perhaps the pace. But as Salez comes in, something that is different. They did work out. I don't think it was as effective as probably Sundowns would have liked it to be. But the key thing is with Mamelodi Sundowns, that's the reason why you spend the money you do on Ribeiro. That's the reason why you spend the money you do on Jaden Adams, because that pass, that run, that header, and then Charlie finishes, you're just like, that's money. That's money. That's what money buys you. Money buys you, quality, I guess. When you buy quality, when you get quality, that's what it gets you. It's able to unlock doors that are shut for such a very long time. And that's the thing even on Esperance, is that they showed even at times that they can get forward within the second half, but they were comfortable with the way that they were going with the little position they had. And to be fair, they had transitional moments where they actually could have gotten something. They're always targeting down the Mudau side, and they could have gotten something off it if their decision makings was really crucial. You saw Mkwana getting a little bit irritated with the fact that he made that one pass, it just didn't come off it and all that stuff. One thing I will say though is this tie is not over. Ladies and gentlemen, this tie is not over. It's far from over. I can definitely tell you that it is far from over, because you felt like Esperance were okay with the fact that it's 1-0. It's 1-0. They can overturn it, that's for sure. Mamelodi Sundowns, on the other hand, I felt like they could have gone for more, but they also did not necessarily want to open up and sort of concede something, because an away goal is very crucial in the CAF Champions League. But this tie is not over, and the slight concern that I have is that I looked at Mamelodi Sundowns, the last 8 games that they've played, I think 4 or 5 games they've conceded a goal. So if someone was to ask me, do I think Esperance is going to score? Yes, I think Esperance is going to score. But if someone was to ask me, do you think Sundowns is going to score? Sundowns are capable of definitely scoring. And I do think that if Sundowns stand any chance to sort of go through, because I don't see clean sheet. In my mind, I don't see clean sheet. It could happen. Don't get me wrong, it could happen. But in my mind, I'm just like, Sundowns probably have to go to Tunisia and score. Nah? That was like when the full-time whistle went, I thought Sundowns have to go to Tunisia and score if they're going to go through. Because I'm just like, 1-0, I don't feel it's safe. If Sundowns can score in Tunisia, I think that could get them through. That's for sure. But for me, this tie is far from over. And let's look over to Orlando Pirates next. I've dropped the link. Please, the link to my show. I really appreciate everybody's support.